Mount Assiniboine is one of those iconic Canadian backcountry trips that ever since moving to Canada has been on my bucket list.
This place is crazy.
It's a 28-kilometer hike in with 50+ pound packs. Now, let me pause here for a second. The year we did this trip, we were in no shape to do this.
Harlan?
Definitely not at its peak, that's for sure.
We had done 0 backcountry trips and we had done no training. Needless to say, it might have been a bad idea to hike in one day. 28 kilometers, 50+ pound packs. This is how it went.
It's been a long day so far.
What are you talking about?
Full 100 meters.
Yeah, right?
My hips already hurt.
The first 15 kilometers of that hike were all in the flats, hiking into the back of the valley, which got us bored pretty quickly and ended up in a lot of goofing around. And when I say a lot of goofing around, I mean a lot of goofing around.
I would love an almond.
My nose is a little bit runny.
Salty.
No!
Mount Assiniboine is one of those incredibly rugged peaks in the Canadian Rockies. It is surrounded by serene mountain lakes and the entire valley is covered in larches. Now, with that being said, for a very few days of the year during early fall, those larches turn into a bright yellow, covering the entire valley floor in a golden glow.
So we've just gotten word from a group of hikers that the larches actually only started turning yesterday from green to yellow, and when they woke up this morning they were bright yellow for the first time, and they've been in there for a few days. So we're all pretty stoked right now to see what they look like. You can see actually on the other side of the hill there, but there's a couple larches there and they're all pretty nice and bright. Bit of a grunt here.
Holy cow.
This hike is a serious grind, I'm not gonna lie.
Different type of grind.
Yup. But the morale is high.
And 28 kilometers later, we had finally made it to camp.
I think I can confidently say taking a backpack off has never felt better in my entire life than right now. We did it.
We made it to camp and we need some food. So tonight we're having spaghetti. So I have spaghetti in the bowl here. We were a little bit sparse on water, so pretty much boiled it all down. Don't need to strain any water out. And then I dehydrated some spaghetti sauce at home with my dehydrator. So I rehydrated that with some boiling water while I was cooking the pasta. And it's pretty much ready to go. So we're gonna have some yummy pasta bolognese.
After some much needed dinner, we went for an evening walk with some very tired legs, as you might be able to hear. And it was time for bed. The next morning started with a little bit of a mishap with our breakfast, which wasn't a big deal because we were in probably the most beautiful spot we had ever been at. The surrounding mountains were absolutely stunning.
Have you ever heard a voice that sounds like an ocean? Takes you right back to the kitchen. You can almost smell the cake that your grandma made on your birthday.
Have you ever laid on your back under a palm?
You can actually fly into this lodge, which is honestly something I would recommend, because the hike in yesterday was such a grind. So it'd be nice if you hike in and enjoy your time here, and then hike out. Fly in and enjoy your time here and hike out. Now we're taking it easy for the rest of the day and try and recover a bit, go up for sunset again, and then hike out tomorrow morning. The larches here are insane. Like, you can see them right here. They're turned color, they're beautiful and yellow. And it's currently last week of September and the larches have just turned for timing. It's different, a little bit different every year, but this year is a little late, but wow. We're heading up for sunset.
After a quick scramble to the spot above camp, we set up shop to wait for sunset. Some of the crew decided to take some photos of their own in a very questionable stance, and then the show began.
Sounds just like the wind singing your name. Feels like home.
Like a Tennessee river in the morning takes your breath without a
Feels like
The next morning, we packed up camp to head home, but the 28 kilometers we hiked in, we had to now hike out.
Little medical session here.
And Carlin had accumulated a good amount of blisters, while Sydney had already lost a couple toenails by then.
Oh, she's fat. She's fat.
And on top of that,
We have 25 kilometers of hiking in front of us and our water filter just broke. Great timing.
and that was definitely not the way we wanted to start our day. But it was time to hike out.
Struggle is real.
But the views that followed made up for it all. The larch forest we passed through was absolutely glowing. Fast forward 7 hours of hiking,
I think 4 of my toes are gonna fall off. Not my toes, yeah. Toenails and toes.
and just like that, our first ever trip to Assiniboine came to an end. And it showed me that even though we weren't well prepared, when passion, desire, and a good amount of stubbornness align, you're capable of a lot more than you ever dared to dream.